We are so delighted because on the other end of the phone we have got a very clear Sydney Devine. Good morning, Sydney.
Good morning to you, Nick. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and yourself?
Takes me back, when you mentioned you're in Portree
Yes.
at Isle of Skye, Cuillin FM. I was in Portree many, many years ago as a supporting act with Callum Kennedy.
Wow. Was that...
Would it be the Victoria Hall there?
No, it would have been down at the... It's not the Communion Centre, it's the other one. I can't think, but yes, no, it's just gone out of my head. But
Anyway,
I know
it was definitely Portree.
Yes.
I remember it vividly.
Oh, fantastic. Well, of course, well, first of all, let's start with what you're up to at the moment. What are you doing now? Are you about to go on tour or anything?
Would you believe this is my 55th year in entertainment? I know. And also in 3 weeks' time I'll be in the Pavilion Theatre in Glasgow.
Yeah.
And this is my 36th consecutive year at that theatre. nearly in first name terms with all the audience. And a new album, would you believe?
I know. We've got it here, and we've got some to give away, and we've been inundated with calls this morning for people wanting it. But you must love performing, Sydney, because as you say, you've been doing it now for over 50 odd years. Yes. So is it your life?
I think it's one of those professions or jobs. It's very difficult to leave. It's kind of like the boxer's last fight.
Yeah.
They keep wanting to keep going on, and I said I'm going to stay at it until I get it right.
Oh, you'll get it right one day. Don't worry about that. Now tell us how it all began, because I was reading up on this last week because
your program's not long enough.
That's the
whole 10 hours and so on.
It was a 1 hour special or something, wasn't it, on TV?
Not really, no.
No?
I did a thing for a lady called Kathleen Cascadden, who is like the god of BBC radio in Glasgow at that time.
Right.
She did a children's programme, and I did a few shows for her as a voice singer and soprano and whistler. And then she put my name forward. There's a new television show on BBC. It was only BBC. There was only the one channel at that time. A program called All Your Own.
Right.
It was compared by Sir Hugh Weldon. He wasn't Sir then. By Hugh Weldon and Cliff Mitchellmore.
Oh, right.
He used to do the Housewife's Choice.
Yes.
And his wife Jean Metcalf. But they did this program called All Your Own. It was like they had someone from Scotland, someone from Ireland, someone from Wales, and someone from England representing, a children's program representing the country. And I went on representing Scotland, and I sang a Gordon for Me, the Robert Wilson song, and I whistled a tune called the Trash Polka by Strauss.
Uh-huh.
And that was how it all kicked in from then. And watching the program, would you believe, was Robert Wilson, the Scottish tenor. And I'm trying to give you a brief surmise.
Yes.
Of my career. And Robert Wilson, and then when I left school.
Yeah.
And then I went and did a show in London called Wild Goes the Heather, which is based in J.M. Barrie's Little Minister, and I did the juvenile lead in that. Then come back from London. The show folded pretty early. They came back from London, and I bought myself a guitar, joined the White Heather group, started singing skiffle songs, and then one thing led to another. Went to South Africa with Andy Stewart, recorded someone come in and asked if I'd like to make a record. I did 28 songs in a day on the studio. No music, just shouting out the keys to them and counting in the tempo. And that was the album. Then someone in South Africa sold the album to Emerald Records in Belfast. They put it out through Decca, and that was the first album. Sydney Devine sings your favourite country songs, and on the album was things like My Son Calls Another Man Daddy, This Song Is Just For You, and of course Tiny Bubbles and Maggie.
Right. Tiny Bubbles.
Then it's gone straight downhill since then.
And your career's never recovered, has it, Sydney?
Never recovered.
No, never recovered.
So here we are, about 20 26 albums later.
I know. And as you said yourself, you will get it right. And talking about that, it's just come into my head. It's called The Gathering Hall in Portree. I don't know why I forgot that, but it's the Gathering Hall.
Gathering Hall, that's correct. That's
now,
exactly what it is.
Where I remember you from is, of course, I come from Ayr, and and that's where you. Well, I don't know. Do you still live in Ayr?
I'm domiciled in Ayr. Yes,
you're domiciled there.
I've been in Ayrshire now for goodness me, maybe the best part of 35, 40 years.
I was going to say it's got to be about 40 years because I remember you.
Originally came from a little village called Cuillin in Lanarkshire.
That's right, yeah.
Which was famous for, apart from me, it was famous for Jimmy Delaney and Joe Jordan, the footballers. It was a mining village, and it was somehow they threw out two fantastic footballers.
Mm.
And oneself, and that was it.
There you go. You see, but the reason I know you is because of course, Torrin Yard and the Darlington in Ayr.
Oh yeah, many happy years.
Many happy years. And in 1967, you broke all house records at the Gaiety, which surpassed that which had been broken earlier by the Bachelors. And in 1967, in 1 week, you broke all house records with a 97% attendance.
My God.
I know. And I'm glad to say that I was one of the people that bought the tickets. So, if you send us the £5 back, that would be great.
Was it a £5 in those days?
It was well, no, but I mean, things have changed, Sydney, since then.
You better believe it.
But
so tell me, how's Cuillin FM doing up there?
Cuillin FM is going from strength to strength up here.
Wonderful.
It's absolutely fantastic.
And I really don't like because I haven't been in radio for I had 10 years with Radio Clyde,
of course,
and then I had 10 years with West Sound.
Yeah,
and I really don't like doing telephone interviews. People doing telephone interviews. To me, when I was on doing the radio show, I prefer to actually visit the radio stations.
Yes.
So next year I'll come and visit you. How's that?
Is that a promise?
That's a promise.
Well, I'm going to hold you to that. Sydney. Now, how's Shirley?
Shirley is just, at this moment in time, she's just putting the porridge on the pot.
All right, she got the kettle on.
She got the kettle on, and she's got the porridge on as well.
Right, tell us again about this new CD that's out. It's Skiffle Country, and tell us all about it. Tell us what it is.
Right, when I first bought the guitar, the only 2 or 3 songs I could play was the Rock Island Line, because you didn't have to change the chord in that. And I got quite hooked on skiffle at that time.
Right. And
here we are. Oh my God, maybe 40 years later, doing a song about skiffle songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought it was time they were resurrected, because if you take in the old skiffle stuff, like Freight Train, etc., I mean, they're all very, very, very old recordings. And I found a young gentleman from Oban, a guitarist, Charles, and he said, I got him into the studio, and it was also doing the backing vocals as Eve Graham.
Oh, right, Eve. Oh, lovely Eve. Yeah, we've had her on the programme as well.
New Speakers.
Yes, lovely girl.
So there you go. And that's really how it all came about.
And fantastic.
We get quite excited, Every song we say, "Oh my God!" There's remember Sweet 16, putting on the agony, putting on the style, and remember Tom Dooley, and remember the circle being unbroken, and do you remember Worried Man Blue, and it goes on and on and on.
Oh well, no.
And these are songs, Mike, that people all know.
I know. That's it. And even if you say the title to them and they sort of look at you quizzically, as soon as you put the thing on, they're going, yes, I know that. I know what that is. Now, that came out this week.
Just came out 3 or 4 days ago, I think.
That's right, the new album's out, and as I say, we've got 4 copies here to give away, so we'll be doing that later. Now, you're back at the Pavilion in case anyone wants to come down and see you, and that's the 12th and 13th of November, isn't it?
11th, 12th and 13th.
Oh, 11th, 12th and 13th. Oh,
Yep.
right. Oh, they've added another date on then, according to this.
We do the Thursday, Friday, 2 shows on the Saturday.
And the Saturday.
We do a matinee on the Saturday.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. So if anyone wants to go down and see you, there you go, and you better book your tickets soon, because I know what it's like when Sydney Devine appears.
After the show, immediately after the show, I'm in the foyer signing autographs and records and things like that, CDs and what have you. And then it gives me a chance to meet the people. Would you believe, there's a lady comes from Canada every year for the show.
I heard about this.
She comes, she travels, her and her sister travel from Toronto every year to see the Sydney Devine show at the Pavilion Theatre in Glasgow, would you believe?
Well.
Unfortunately, my voice is held up. I think if the voice has started to deteriorate, well, I would certainly.
You should give up then, Sydney.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Yeah, you know it's time then to hang up the guitar.
You're only as good as your last performance.
That's correct. That's right.
But
I'm
out there. I wouldn't go on and cheat the people or try and fake it. No, I would just say,
no.
Sorry, can't do any more.
But everyone who goes to see your shows always comes away saying they've had a wonderful time.
Well, I hope so.
So it's well worth it, and everyone seems to have such a great time at them. So you're doing something right there, Sydney.
If any of your listeners care to make the journey down to Glasgow in November, I'd be delighted to see them.
There you go. You've heard it.
Tell them to make themselves known.
Yes, okay. Well, you've heard it there. Sydney says, make yourself known if you're coming down from Skye. And he also said earlier on in the interview that he's coming up next year and he's going to come on this show and be in here live. Are you bringing your guitar with you?
I've just come down from the yellow sky, no very big and I'm off a horn.
I thought we were going to get away without you singing through this interview, Sydney.
There you go. Impossible. Impossible. I've been doing it now for over 55 years. What chance have you got?
Listen, thank you very much for coming on the show this morning and being interviewed. And I'll let you get back to your porridge now, Sydney.
Nice to talk to you, Mike. And my best wishes. Best wishes and have a good Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yes, and the same to you. And we're now going to play Freight Train, I think it is, from your album.
Wow.
Okay.
I even did the whistling myself.
You did. All right then, here we go.
Freight train, gone so fast. Freight train, gone so fast. Please don't tell them which train I'm on.